I'm Kerry Rowett, and this is the Align and Attract podcast, helping you to create your version of an aligned business. Let's dive into today's episode. Aligning to your life purpose with Daria Schwarzenböck. Today's episode is a part of my Your Aligned Business series, where I interview a range of inspiring business owners about their aligned businesses to give you inspiration for your beautifully aligned business. Now, Daria did join Align and Attract in 2020, so she does share a little bit about her experience in Align and Attract. And I just wanted to let you know before we dive in that there is a new live round of Align and Attract starting today, like the day that this episode is released, which is the 31st of May. If you are listening after this date, like it is totally fine to join. You can actually join Align and Attract anytime, which is what Daria did, and then we do have these live rounds. So if you are listening in the next few days or the next few weeks, it is a really beautiful time to join us because there'll just be a lot of energy in the group, and it's a very supportive, inspiring, motivating energy that is generated when there is a whole group of us all aligning to our goals at the same time. So let me tell you about Daria before we get started. She's a transformation coach, a deep transformation channel from Belarus, now living in Austria. She helps heart-centered entrepreneurs and great healers, coaches, and therapists who've already mastered all of the strategy and all of the marketing hacks and the energy and mindset tools to get to the next level in their business with ease, but differently. Healing and releasing the deepest buried wounds and blocks with ease, reconnecting even more to your soul and to the divine, and from this connection and deep knowing, warmth and trust of being on the right path, acting and being successful in your soul business, where everything starts to come to you with ease, the clients, the requests for collaboration, the publications, the interviews, and so on. So yeah, Daria is just so beautiful, and she had this very wonderful experience of becoming more connected with her life purpose as she really stepped into the Align and Attract container and was aligning to her goals. And I think this is a really inspiring thing for each of us, because so many people that I work with have this really strong desire to be connected with their life purpose. And if they already do feel connected with their life purpose, and of course our life purpose can be quite simple, it doesn't need to be this big elaborate thing, they then also have this desire to be able to do that and to do it in a way that is sustainable for them and, that works as a business as well. So it's a part of what you can start to bring together for yourself using the tools that I show you and teach you in Align and Attract. So I think you're going to love this interview. I cannot wait to hear what you think. Let's dive in. Welcome, Daria. Thank you so much for being here.
Hello to everybody, and thank you, dear Carrie, that I'm here now. Thank you for this invitation.
It's going to be so wonderful. So, Daria, can you tell us where you are in the world and how you got started in your business?
Now I'm in Austria, near Vienna, and I was born in Belarus. Belarus is I can't say a small country, but between Ukraine, between Russian, between Poland, near Europe. And I came to Austria 2006 and started after working during 10 years in the office. I started my business, my soul business here as a healer 6 years before, already in Austria. And in Austria, all the circumstances are really wonderful to be a healer. You can usually find something bad to talk about, but I see that in comparison to, for example, Belarus, it's really wonderful
Mm.
situation.
Yeah, wonderful. And so you joined Align and Attract towards the end of 2020. That's really when we connected. So where were you at in your business at around that time you joined?
It was a very intensive phase of change in my business where I started to understand and to admit that the topic I have chosen before, it was good for a time, but it's not that um, it was not my main mission for this life. And I started to understand it, and I don't want it to see it because you have to change everything, and you have to think about again, and you have to dig about again, and it was very complex to understand what I want to do. Because this situation. Many healers know this situation. We can do everything.
Yes, absolutely. So what was the topic that you did have?
I helped women to heal after very painful, broken relationships.
Okay, so that's what you were doing. And
Yeah.
then had you already realized this wasn't quite right for you, or is that something that you realized once you were actually in Align and Attract?
I realized it before, and Align and Attract helped me to admit, to see more clearly what I will be doing later. I
Ah,
still tried, I felt it, but I still tried to push myself in this topic that was not relevant anymore for my soul.
how interesting. Yeah, I think you're so right there. As healers, like we can sometimes really tap into those topics and themes that are connected to our past, or they are right for a time. And then we change, we grow or evolve. And it's like it's a really big thing if you're wanting to change the whole theme of your business, and then of course who it is that you're going to be working with in this new way. And so what did you land on? What did you realize was the next iteration of your business and what you were going to be focusing on?
Mm, More and more clients came to me with the topic of going to the next level in their business. So they were stuck somewhere, and they wanted also to connect more to the divine and to let themselves lead on this way of business by the divine, to just to hear more. They are my clients are really connected. They hear and feel a lot. They're heart centered and they're great healers, but they felt there is something more, and they started to come. And I don't wanted to see it as my topic first. I don't want. So, and then I understood that my guides, my angels, they told me my purpose is to unblock and help others to live their life purpose
Ah,
radically, really radically, where you just surrender. And for our ego, it's so difficult to surrender.
mm, it's so true, isn't it? Like rather than surrendering, we would much rather try and push or create or do rather than actually have that sense of letting go. Yeah, it's really, really tricky, isn't it? So I know that you were very committed to the alignment process and you allowed yourself to go really deep. So you obviously got this clarity on who it was that you were going to be working with. What other kind of realizations were you having as you went deep into this process that we use in Align and Attract?
Oh, Carrie, this process is so wonderful because you go through each step that is really important for every heart-centered business owner. And I've made a lot of new age marketing and strategy programs, high level programs where I learned everything. But in your program, I saw even more clearly that each step was blocked.
How interesting. So when you say each step was blocked, what are you referring to?
So, to allow myself, or to allow for those who is listening, to allow yourself to uh, do what is your purpose really is, even to admit this clarity, even to admit to think about it, because I know in myself I wasn't even look in this direction, because I know last past lives or were very painful. This and the most of very talented people, they have big blocks of following their real way of their um, glory, of their serving to the divine, of their success.
Mm.
Um, mhm.
So one of the blocks, one of the steps was around like allowing yourself to see and
Yes,
giving yourself permission to actually then take steps in that direction. What other steps did you notice were blocked for you?
yes, allow yourself to work only, for example, to work only with people who you help most of all, or who um, are your soul clients, soulmate
Mhm.
clients. Really, it is a soul connection. It is serving on the highest level, and to allow yourself to exclude others,
Mm. So
or
to
to
have that clarity on who it is that you can best help, and then
yes,
accepting or feeling comfortable with the fact I don't have to work with absolutely everyone.
absolutely, absolutely, and to trust that they are okay and that they will find their way.
Mm. Were there any other steps in particular that you noticed that you were blocked in? So it was the having the clarity, the giving yourself permission to do it, the choosing to focus on working with your soul clients, those clients that you're really aligned with. Anything else?
Yes.
What else?
Of course, my pricing.
Mm.
It's a great topic. Also, I know from my colleagues healers, it's a topic that is a beautiful mirror of our self-perception and self-worth, and
Mm.
also allowment to exclude somebody,
Mm. Yeah.
or to trust that it will be okay. And in my case, um, my clients who are very experienced and who worked a lot on themselves before, they usually told to me that after 1, 2, 3, 5, 10 sessions, all the life changes so deeply, and that they haven't seen anything like this before. And I still tried. I still was blocked.
Yes. So it didn't matter what the evidence was, it didn't matter
Yes,
what people were telling you. It just couldn't shift. It was like, no, I just can't charge a higher amount. So I was interested when you said before, like you've done a lot of like business types of programs and even quite spiritual ones and quite high level ones. What do you think helped you to shift through Align and Attract, maybe that you weren't able to get in some of the different programs, knowing that, all programs can help each of us at different points and all have their value in different ways, of course. But what do you think that Align and Attract helps you to unlock that you weren't able to unlock in those other ways?
Uh, I saw it also on my work because it's also transformative and very deeply transformative. And I think that these programs, even who have these energetic components themselves inside, they just can't cover everything that you need in this time, or they're just not supposed to do this in such a deep way. And already in the first program, I saw that I need more transformation. I need more solving of my blocks, because you can know all the strategies in the world, you can know all the marketing hacks in the world. If you are blocked, you just will stop yourself, you will just sabotage yourself and stay approximately where you are, or you will broke yourself. And Align and Attract, it's an amazing tool, amazing program to make a very good base of solving of these blocks that don't allow you to follow the steps that you are learning in the strategy programs. To unblock yourself to follow these steps. And you made the program in such a way that you can really do a lot of base work yourself, because I will don't tell all the details. You should try or ask Carrie, but you receive also the information about your blind spots, and it's very important because we can see how we can help other people in everything, but everybody of us have our blind spot and we don't want to see them. It's too painful.
It's quite interesting, isn't it? And I'm sure people listening is like, this sounds like magic. Like, how does Carrie able to do this? But the truth is, like, when I created the alignment process, like, it was a channeled process. So it's not like I sat down and just like nutted it out. So there really is some magic in it, I believe. It's just, it's very sort of simple in many ways, but the way that it helps people to unlock sometimes quite deep stuff, quite complex things, and sometimes certain traumas or wounding that people have experienced, but they're able to then work through and to process that through the process, I think is so interesting. And it's because it is more of that guided spiritual process, isn't it? That came so divinely. It was so divinely guided. And so, yeah, so interesting. I think that's very true, that we can have all the strategy. And sometimes that's what I see people do. They will go from strategy to strategy, or from teacher to teacher, coach to coach. And you're hoping that you're going to learn something that is the missing piece. And I think in Align and Attract, you don't actually learn anything. You uncover you may learn, of course, different things that I might teach about, but the main thing is that you're learning to release your own blocks, and you're learning to uncover, what's really important for you. So you have mentioned that you faced a huge self-sabotage and wounding that you were able to move past when you were in Align and Attract. So do you feel like you can share just a little bit about that with us?
Yes. Of course, it's my own topic, and it's the topic of my customers moving to the next level. So I go this process each time. Before every level, I go really deep and solve it. And when you decide to go further, the blind spots, the topics that are to heal become visible. And during this time, as I decided to go further, some of people who were very precious for me, they left this earth, and also my dog. uh, in this summer, and the next dog was also going to die. And I know that there is a topic to look at, and also it was a topic about accepting of my life purpose, about what if I want to live further, what for?
Mm.
Radically. It was a point where I thought, what for? If I couldn't help anybody.
Mm. You could
Sometimes, mhm.
go on.
Sometimes our ego and our ego, I learned in my practice that our ego is not our enemy, that they are, our ego is a combination of our broken parts, of our broken small children, women, men, parts of us that are depressive, have fear, and this sabotage is just a voice of these parts. And one of these parts was telling, you couldn't save these people, so what for are you living?
Oh, wow.
And it was a decision. If I will stay, I will go, I will follow radically this path of serving, of life purpose, of that what just wants to come through me.
Mm.
And the funny thing that my life purpose is to help others to unblock their life purpose and to leave.
Don't you think it's interesting for those of us who do this more spiritual work, I guess? So often, what you end up teaching or being guided to work with people on, and that you come back to, and at your core, it's what you really need to do. It's the very thing you need yourself.
Amazing, but it's like this.
Yes.
You really become a professional in these topics.
Yeah, because we use that word alignment. It's like for me, teaching alignment, it challenges me always to have to reach these differing levels of alignment and to continue to step into that in different seasons. So for you, it's yeah, this life purpose. Yeah, so interesting. So you have told me that you now feel more deepness and more substance in your being and in your work. Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
Hmm. It's really amazing because I thought it was very deep already. And my clients, they told everybody told that on such a deep level, after all the years, they have never been solving the blocks and the trauma on such a deep level. But now it became even more intensive, more clear, more solving, and the healers after our work, their healing capacity and their divine success, as you said, it's really a divine magic, um, grow so much in such a short time,
Mm.
and they connect to the divine in an amazing way, because especially heart-centered and to themselves, to the divine self, heart-centered people, we can perceive usually everybody else, but because of trauma, our perception of ourselves is cut.
Mm.
And when the more you solve these blocks, the more these trauma layers go out from your essence, and that ball of light that you really are on this earth, in your body, it starts just to be in you, and you don't need so much techniques and tools, energetic tools, and anymore. So you can just feel yourself very well, so you just can relax and allow this flow to um, take you with it, and to bring everything that is absolutely suitable for you to you, all the possibilities, all the people, your soulmate clients, um, the ideas. You just feel and do it, you go it. And for this, it's also so precious to make a line on the track course. To make a base work, because I feel in my work, if somebody comes without this base work, it's a lot it's a lot to do, and better you can make it with such a good program and then come to solve really deep layers, so you can save a lot
Mm.
of time, of money, and money.
I think that's so true. It's like, and as well, the being able to revisit those things, because it's the layers, isn't it?
Yes,
Like,
yes.
how many sessions do you want to be doing with a practitioner, getting aligned to your pricing, or, like really clearing out those money blocks? But, and also, you do continue to put up your prices. So that means kind of like every time you just are going to do that, do you need to go back and have more coaching and more support or do more healing sessions? Whereas instead, you can use the alignment process and actually just do some alignments around that, and then be looking after yourself, looking like it's kind of that energetic tool, isn't it, that you can
Or
then have.
absolutely, because we can solve so much ourselves, and with your program you see also the blind spot that you don't see yourself,
Mm.
and you are supported by the divine. You programmed it in your program.
It's true.
And
There is a temple.
and it's really before every step we go from a smaller box to a bigger box till we are endless. And you can go work with this program so good. I enjoy it. I just enjoy it.
Thank
And I
you.
know each time when I need it, it's there. I can use it, I can see, I can solve. And what I wanted to tell to everybody who is going to do this: allow yourself to go deep, and it means allow yourself to feel emotions.
Mm, that's so
And
true, isn't it?
the outcome will be much more if you will just block your emotions, don't want to feel them, and tap it. The outcome will be much more intensive if you will feel your emotions, and just ask your guides, even if you don't know they are there. Just ask your guides to help you to feel the emotions you can feel now.
Beautiful. Can you please tell us a bit more about the ways your business feels aligned to you right now? So you've mentioned working with like your soulmate clients. Is there anything else you'd love to share that's just feeling beautifully in alignment for you right now?
Of course, of course. It's a feeling. The more you unblock yourself, the more you just know what is right for you. What picture should you take for this post? What text should you write? What information? How can you talk? How can you show what you do? You just start to know it more and more. You don't need to think about it. It's going from thinking to knowing. It's also what my clients describe. That's why, and I also felt it in your process, but because we can be a great healers, but we also need, I don't know, need, my a friend of mine, she said, I don't need help, but I want help. I don't want to solve everything myself. I enjoy to to the work of wonderful healers like you, and it's really wonderful to know in your business what is right for you, what strategy. If you know all the strategies, and you have a choice, and a lot of for also a lot of my clients, they just thinking, oh my god, what I should be doing now, and the same was in my case.
Which is so ironic, isn't it, for those of us who, do feel like very creative or very connected, quite spiritual. But then when
Yes,
it comes to business, so much mind. And it's just not
yes,
natural for us. And it doesn't necessarily work to then go into the mind.
absolutely, absolutely. It's so much easier. It's so much more pleasant, because our mind, it tries to make an illusion that it can control things and know and plan something, but you cannot. And the divine world, it just knows everything, every possibility that comes after each choice of our um, terrestrial being. So they just know what is good,
Yeah.
what for we should think about. It just fear that we learn in past times, that we can release now and enjoy the flow of business with trust, with warmth, with ease.
Yes.
Yes.
I love that. And I think for listeners, one of the big takeaways is connected to your life purpose, like of making sure that you check in with yourself and ask yourself, like, am I feeling really connected with my life purpose? And can I give myself permission to connect more deeply with my sense of purpose and to feel that, that connection to spirit, to something bigger, to that magic, and allowing yourself to find the ways that really help you to be able to do that, I think is so important. So Daria, can you share with listeners, how can they connect with you and how can they work with you? Where can they find you?
Mm. You can find me on Facebook at Daria Schwarzenböck. We can put a
I will put
link.
a link in the show notes.
And at my homepage, it's the second homepage is now under construction, but it will be ready soon. So, and at YouTube, you can see, unfortunately, just German interviews with my clients. They're really great about their
You
experiences.
speak German. You can go and listen.
Oh,
I guess if the listeners speak German, they can go listen.
oh, of course, it's really great, and it's so great to see what is possible when you follow the divine, when you, as you say, align and follow the divine. So if you feel that that your soul want to come to me, also just contact me, and we will speak. We will talk about.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for this today, Daria. It's just been wonderful.
Thank you.
So, what did you think? Wasn't Daria just wonderful? I have shared her contact details in the show notes, and you can find the video from today and all of the relevant notes over at alignandattract.com/blog/24. Now, if you are really curious and inspired to have your own align and attract experience, well, of course, I would love to support you in that. You can find out more at alignandattract.com/course. If you have any questions, jump across to Instagram, send me a DM, or send me an email at kerry@alignandattract.com. I would love to support you, and I am so looking forward to hearing what you thought about today's episode as well. As always, please do share it with a friend if you think that they would really enjoy it also, and I can't wait to connect with you next time. Thanks so much.